And action. Hello. Hi, Outbounds. This is Elise. I'm behind the camera. I'm here interviewing our first interview, which is Maddie, our creative assistant and awesome person on our channel.
Hey, y'all.
So, Maddie, what was your life like before you were using?
So, my life before I was using, well, I was born and raised in Massachusetts until I was 21. My addiction didn't start until I turned 21 years old, or 20 years old. I was drinking, and I got a DUI, and I got arrested, and I had to go to court and everything. So, like, mainly my whole life, like, even when I was younger, I had an addictive behavior all the time. So addiction was always in my life because when I was younger, I had ADHD. I still do have ADHD. Like, I had compulsive disorder, all that kind of stuff. I had bipolar. I started smoking cigarettes when I was really young. I started smoking weed when I was really young. And then, like I said, my first drink was when I was 17, and it was at a birthday party, and I drank a whole cup full of vodka, and I freaked out and called my parents, like, please come pick me up. Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't like this feeling. But then that feeling, like, since I was around people that drank a lot, I thought, like, okay, well, I'm going to drink a lot too. So I started drinking a lot as well. And when I turned 20 years old, I actually got a DUI. I was driving with my friends from a party, and I got pulled over, and they smelled alcohol in my car, and they arrested me. And I only sat in a holding cell for like 3 hours, which was a cell by myself. So I ended up getting probation, court fees. I had to go to AA classes, which I never went to those AA classes. I actually had myself sign those papers because they're anonymous, so I just never did it. Which hopefully, if my probation officer that I had was listening to this, sorry. But yes, I had a lot of addictive behaviors when I was younger, and I definitely became an alcoholic at the age of 17.
And how would you say your childhood was?
I'm leaving one part out,
of course,
because I don't know who's going to be watching this. But my childhood was okay. I was raised in a family that had money. I always got what I needed. It was alright. I mean, I came out as transgender when I was young. It made me who I am today. Coming out with who I really am. So my childhood was alright. Like I said, I'm leaving one thing out. I'll discuss that in a different video. It was an alright childhood. Like I said, my family had money, so I always got what I needed. Always had new clothes for school, always had new shoes, always had a backpack, always, did all that stuff. But my bipolar was really bad. I had really bad ADHD. So, I was a rambunctious kid. Like, I would fight people. I'd get in trouble a lot. I got suspended from school a couple times. There was this one time I was driving in the car with my mother, and I was freaking out on her. She gave me a Klonopin because she gave me a Klonopin, but it didn't work, and I smashed my mom's windshield.
Oh, wow.
With my with my heel. I actually smashed it. I had a lot of rage in me, due to a certain situation, but, yeah, my childhood was alright, but, I mean, I had a lot of mental health issues, which I can talk about more in a different video.
Absolutely.
So my childhood was alright.
Good to know. And then I know this question is kind of lame, but what was, like, your drug of choice, or, like, the stuff that you did?
So, everyone asks me this question, and my drug of choice is from A to Z. So I have done acid, I have done meth was my main drug of choice, but I've done a lot of other things. Like, I've done acid, I've done meth, I've done crack, I've done fentanyl, I've done flocka, I've done Molly, I've done bath salts, I've done fentanyl. I don't know if I said that, but fentanyl. I was, like, the beginning of my addiction, I would smoke my drugs, but then an influence, like my ex-boyfriend, he said that shooting up was the best high, and I started shooting up. The meth. I was in a very bad abusive relationship, and I thought he loved me. You know what I mean? I thought he loved me. So he came over and was just like, had needles, and he's like, this is the best high you'll ever feel. And I'm like, you know what? You love me. Sure, let's do it. And after that one shoot up, I couldn't stop. Like, to me, it was the best high ever. And like I'm going to say now to everyone else, like, that's watching this, it's not worth it. Don't do it. But it ruined my life.
Right. I'm going to do another take, and we'll go more into, like, I guess the recovery process. Alright, we're back. So now we're gonna move into, like, your recovery process and whatnot. So what has been, like, the most important things or helpful things in your recovery?
So for me, the most important things in my recovery is step work, having a sponsor,
for sure,
going to meetings. People say go 90 and 90, which I agree with. I did not do 90 and 90. I just go to meetings when I need a meeting, or I go to meetings when I have to go to meetings and whatnot. I have a meeting that I have a family network in, and that's called Bryant Park in South Florida. It's in Lake Worth, Florida. If anyone's interested in going as an ally, just let me know. I have a family network there. Having women if you're a man or a woman, having men in your life, having women in your life, even if women need men, like, in recovery, you're not really supposed to have they say you're not supposed to have a network of men, but because it's men and women, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But I have a great group of women in my life that I can call if I need anything. Doing step work is important too, because that's what's going to change your life. That's what's going to make you have long-term sobriety. I have a year and a week.
That's awesome.
And my clean date is December 7th, 2024. And just having a network of women in your life is very important. Like I said, I can call any woman that I have in my network if I'm going through something, and they will talk to me. Calling your sponsor every single day, growing a relationship with your sponsor, having your sponsor take you through the steps is key for recovery.
That's awesome. And then, do you have any tips for sobriety and early recovery, like when it's kind of the most difficult? other than what you said?
My tips for early recovery would simply, and this is corny because this is what a lot of people say, but one day at a time. And call your sponsor, get a sponsor, go to meetings, go through the steps, build a network of women, and just have fun in recovery.
Right, because sometimes they make recovery seem like this such serious thing, but I know you've gotten to go to like conventions or like different places like to meet people in recovery or recovered. I don't know if that's a preferred word, but you know, like you've had a lot of cool opportunities. Like, did you want to mention a few?
Yeah, so this year I got to go to an NA convention to see my sponsor speak. I also got to see other people speak. I got to go to a dinner, a banquet, and a sobriety countdown, clean time countdown. I had 11 months at that time, and I got to stand up and scream and dance and cheer to music, and everyone cheered me on. And there was about like over 100 and something people there. We had a meeting. We had an amazing dinner. It was delicious. It was waiters and waitresses waiting on us. It was like the best experience ever. I also signed up for a retreat, which is a spiritual retreat, which goes to the other side of Florida, which is a Palm Coast area retreat. And I'm pretty excited. They called me and said my scholarship wasn't accepted, so they're going to call me in January, and I'm hoping and praying that they say it is, and if it is, I'm going to go last minute. I put down in the form that I will chair a meeting and I will speak. So it's just the most amazing things have come to light in my life for me to show up for my recovery, show up for other women, show up for the program, and also show up, most importantly, for the newcomer.
That's awesome. I love that you get to advocate for people and help them out, because I know you've been in some rough situations yourself.
Yes.
I lost the question I was gonna ask. There we go. Do you have any new hobbies or like fun things you do now that you're not like dependent on drugs anymore?
So, hobbies. So,
I know that's a hard question.
Well, no, it's not really hard. It's more of, even though I have a year and a week clean, I still do struggle with my own hobbies. And I also still struggle with my mental health. I am going through a current medicine change, so I am currently going through a med change, so I'm going through these foggy moments, and I'm going through these depressing moments, but I am currently still looking for a new hobby. I have like bracelet making over there. I have this over here. I have that over here. I have this over here. And I just haven't been able to get into hobbies because like I said, mental health I still struggle with. I'm still working on my mental health. I'm still working with a therapist. I am still working with a psychiatrist. So currently I'm looking for more hobbies. If anyone has suggestions of any hobbies, please put it down in the comments wherever we post this video, and also on the YouTube channel, and just let me know what other hobbies you think I would be interested in. Please.
Absolutely. I asked this when we tried to film it before, like what was your lowest point where you knew you needed help?
My lowest point that I knew I needed help was probably when I was in a relationship with a man that was abusive, and I'm not going to go into details because that can trigger somebody, but I was being very badly, And I ended up in the hospital, and I ended up getting diagnosed with seizures. And at that time, I was like, I cannot do this anymore. Like I said, I'm not going to go into details, but I'm just going to let you guys know I will be making another video with Elise about domestic violence, because I am a domestic violence survivor.
Yes.
And you can even ask Elise, like, she saw my abuse in firsthand.
Yeah, it was bad.
I sent her pictures of my bruises. I sent her pictures of my black eyes, my broken bones, my broken eye sockets. Like, I never broke, thank God I never broke, like, an actual bone, but I did break my eye sockets and my nose, which I guess you can consider that your bone, which it is. So, but that was my lowest point. But I have also had many lowest points. I have been trying sobriety and clean time for a very long time, since 2018. That was one of my lowest points in that situation when I was living in North Carolina. But when I lived in Florida, my lowest point was when I was actually shooting up fentanyl, because I met a guy and he introduced me to fentanyl, and I actually ended up shooting up fentanyl, and I was picking at my face, and I called my dad on video chat, and I said, Dad, like, I'm really sick, I'm throwing up, I don't know what to do, I'm very sick. He's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm shooting up fentanyl. He's like, I'm gonna get you in rehab instantly. So he got me into rehab. That was one of my other lowest points. My other lowest point was when I was in Arizona, and me and my current spouse ended up using meth, amphetamines, and it wasn't the same kind of drugs that I would use. Like, meth is the same, like, meth is categorized in the same category, but every batch of meth is different because you don't know what's in it. And at that time when I was smoking that meth, I was actually throwing up. I was actually really sick. I was actually, like, tired. Which tired is normal from detoxing meth, but that was right when I smoked it, so it was not common for me to feel that way. So I ended up, me and my spouse ended up coming back to Florida for rehab. So I have many lowest points, and everyone like, I'm not a one-chip wonder. Relapse is a part of my story, and relapse is a part of my story, and it actually has made me have a long, clean time, because now I know I can have a lowest point. I can have a rock bottom, but I was sick and tired of being sick and tired this time, and I actually want to do the work to be clean my whole life, for the rest of my life.
Yes. And plus, I've just seen how much you've brightened up since you recovered. You've just, like, blossomed into this helpful, kind, like, happy person. And I love seeing that.
Thank you, Elise.
I guess
I want to say a backstory real quick of Elise and me. Me and Elise have been friends since, 2015?
Yeah, like late 2015.
So, me and Elise have met. And we've been good friends since 2015. We actually started a YouTube channel with a couple other girls. And Elise has been by my side through my abuse, through me drinking, through me doing drugs. But I just want people to know, like, I asked Elise for a lot of money during my, sorry, my cat wants to see the video. I asked Elise for a lot of money when I was in active addiction, and that actually terminated our relationship for a couple of years. And recently this year, me and Elise have become friends again, and I'm actually paying her back for everything that she has sent me. Obviously, it's rough right now because it's Christmas, but I will be paying Elise back money and stuff like that. But that's what happens when you're in active addiction. That's what happens when you have bad influences in your life. You hit your rock bottom, but you use other people in different ways, and then you lose those relationships. But I'm grateful to have a year and a week of clean time to be able to restore that friendship with Elise and be best friends again like we used to be.
Like, she even knew my parents, and my parents thought we looked alike. Like, it was crazy, because she was always, like, in my house, even though she was on the phone with me. The one I was going to ask is, what's something you wish or want people to understand about someone who's addicted or is in recovery? Or, like, services that might help, or, you know, like, what in an ideal world could help an addict, like, recover?
I suggest an addict that wants to recover, like a newcomer, is to go to a treatment center. Go to detox, residential, PHP, IOP, IOP2, whatever IOPs the continuing education. Because it's going to help you build a foundation to stay clean, to have sobriety. Like, doing the program, the rehab program, then going to therapy, then going to meetings, if someone suggest, I suggest it, 90 and 90, even though I didn't do it, you can 90 and 90, get a sponsor, go through steps, go to conventions, have fun in recovery, do fun things, grow, be amazing, be a beautiful flower, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, yeah. That's beautiful, because flowers themselves, because of how they grow, they can't see their own beauty, so, like, everyone will see the beautifulness once you're in recovery, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
So we did that one. I guess, what are you feeling grateful about today?
What I'm feeling grateful about today is that I have the best women in my life that I know I can, come on, kitty, being able to call my friends and be like, hey, listen, I'm having a bad day, or listen, I need help, or all this stuff. Like, I have my current sponsor, I am helping her out with her spouse. I have an amazing house owner, which is not just my boss, she's also my good friend. And I also have two other good friends that I hang out with a lot. I'm just grateful, and I have my spouse. Like, I'm just grateful to be able to have people in my life that I can call when I need help. And I'm just grateful. And I will actually, hold on, stay right there. I'm gonna get my gear medallion.
Ooh.
So I have this one that I got from my house owner, my one of my good friends.
Oh, that one's beautiful.
And then I also have the back, which I'll read what it says in the back. Like a tree, we must learn to shed our past, grow new branches, and reach for the light. Be resilient, stand tall, grow strong, and stay rooted.
I love the whole, like, symbolism of trees in general. Because with my mental health, like, I do a guided meditation about being a tree. So that's really beautiful. And then I guess our last question will be, what do you, like, want to tell people who are struggling or trying to recover? Like, just a nice message.
I would say you can do this. If I can do it, knowing where I was at in my addiction and all the relapses I had, you can do this. You can get through it. Stay strong. Go to rehab. Give it a chance. See what the other side entails.
That's amazing.
And stay strong.
Stay strong. That's what I have tattooed on my hand, too.
Yeah. Me too.
Twins. Mine's right here. If it would let me. I'll show you guys in another video. Maddie, thank you so much for your time. I gotta edit this video. You want to just say goodbye to our subscriber family?
Bye, y'all. So thank you for letting me share some things about recovery. Also, me and Elise will be making other videos. Please comment, please share, please get this out to other addicts and get it out to people that are in active addiction so we can do service work and we can help other people.
All right. Thanks again, Maddie. Bye, everybody.
Bye.